Home and Away spoilers horror in Summer Bay as Stevie is shot. Next week on Home and Away in the UK, Justin steps in to save the day as one of Stevie's co-stars falls ill, before a gunshot rings out in the bay as Stevie's stalker hit their target. Production on Stevie's latest film, All Our Tomorrows, finally gets underway in Summer Bay next week, but director Nelson soon hits some stumbling blocks with his actors. Stevie had been the one to bring the production to Summer Bay, not wanting to lose Cash as her bodyguard. Having asked Cash if she could re-employ him to accompany her on the shoot, he explained that he didn't want to leave girlfriend Eden behind while she was going through family issues. In response, Stevie invited Nelson and various members of the production team to Summer Bay to pitch it as a filming location, despite the fact pre-production was well underway for the planned mountain cabin location. Nelson eventually saw the potential, and after Stevie offered to pay the relocation fees, the deal was done. Befriending local resident Bree may have also helped sway his decision. The rom-com movie marks a change of direction for renowned horror actress Stevie, after the death of her Death Throes co-star Crystal made her realize that she needed to move out of her comfort zone and follow her dreams. Stevie is fighting other demons though. The upcoming court appearance of her stalker Sydney, who had tried to attack her during a press call for the movie a few weeks back, is playing on her mind, and her casual romance with Remy has seemingly come to an abrupt end. As this week came to a close, Stevie was having a crisis of confidence as the first day of the shoot arrived, telling Cash that she wasn't going as she felt like a fraud as an actor. Nelson is at the beach wondering where his star has got to. Alf and John are nearby, and Alf has a newfound respect for the crew after seeing how hard they're working. Nelson commends Alf on his recent Sunrise appearance, and Alf kindly offers up a cover story when Nelson asks why John didn't appear as planned. Nelson's main concern is the apparent no-show of Stevie however, with neither Stevie nor Cash answering his calls. Back at Cash's place, Stevie's hitting the booze as Cash tries his best to convince her to show up on set. Cash tells Stevie that he knows she's doing it tough with the court case coming up, but she's not on her own. Cash continues to field calls from Nelson in the hope of biding some time. When Nelson calls Cash, Stevie knocks the phone out of his hand before he can answer it, and tells Stevie to get into the shower and sober up whilst he calls Nelson to tell him she'll be on set in 20 minutes. The shower does little to improve Stevie's mood, or sobriety, as she opens up to Cash about how she genuinely feels she can't do this. She doesn't just want to be a star, she wants to be good at what she does. Cash reminds her of how he was enthralled in Death Throes despite hating horror films, and that was because she made him care for the character. Isn't that why she does the job? Stevie finally makes it to set, though Nelson isn't too impressed when he realizes she's a little tipsy. Nelson orders her into makeup and warns Cash that this cannot happen again. With Stevie's little episode over, production begins in earnest, but another crisis befalls the production later in the week when Nelson learns that one of the bit part actors has broken his ankle. It's a custom-made uniform, so it can't be just anyone who takes over the role, with Cash immediately ruled out as being the wrong build. But then Nelson spies someone who could be just right: Justin, who's busy bemoaning the fact that he can't go for his morning surf as he approaches the set with Leah and Theo. Justin's confused when he spots Nelson staring at him, and he nervously approaches when beckoned over. As Nelson circles and sizes him up, Stevie asks Justin how he'd like to be in a movie. Before Justin's even had time to take it all in, he finds himself down on the beach in a valet's uniform ready to shoot his movie debut opposite the world-famous Stevie Marlowe. Is he about to find himself a new calling? The following day, Stevie is back on the beach with co-star Troy as they film one of the major climactic scenes of the movie. Cash is up in salt when he receives a call from his boss which makes his blood run cold. Stevie's stalker Sydney, who has been on remand awaiting his trial, has somehow been released on bail. Immediately realizing that Stevie is in serious danger, Cash races downstairs and out of the club, sprinting towards the beach. Little does Cash realize that as he runs down the pathway, an unseen sniper has him lined up in his crosshairs, before swiftly moving on to Stevie. As Cash desperately yells out Stevie's name, a deafening shot rings out across the beach. Has the marksman hit his target?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.